Hi, Shelby Joe Long here, Senior Vice President of the Strategic Advisor Board and CEO of Business Dynamics. I'm here all week giving communication tips on how to build your leadership influence by just understanding some basic communication dynamics in the workplace. It can change the way you communicate, and it can also change the way that your messages are received in the space. Resident communication expert, years of communication experience. I have understood one thing in all of my communication background and ideas, and that there are differences in the way that we communicate. Whether it's your gender, your culture, your generation, there are some differences in the way we communicate. And as a leader and becoming a more empathetic and a more understanding leader, taking stock of what some of these differences are can really make a difference in your business. And it can make a difference in your business in that you adapt your communication style depending on who you're speaking to. Your messages are going to be received. The actual transaction is going to take place. All of those things can just elevate their experience when you become a more empathetic leader. Today, I'm going to talk about gender. I'll talk about generational differences tomorrow, but gender it's a challenging area to be in because we can make assumptions about the way certain genders communicate. Females communicate in one way, males communicate in another way. We don't want to make assumptions we don't want to create a bias out of the way that we communicate with people, but there are some basic ideas and basic characteristics that do separate the genders as far as the way that they communicate. For example, males tend to masculine communication behavior is typically more direct and more aggressive in their communication and less emotional in their communication styles than the feminine style of communication. The feminine style of communication tends to be passive isn't the right word, but they're not as direct as masculine communication style, but they're also there's maybe more emotions that are involved in their communication style, a little more voice inflection, a little more empathy behind the way that feminine communication behaviors are approached. Just generally the way that they are approached. Now, just understanding that, or having a basic understanding that there are those differences, that is something that can really make a difference as a leader, to just think about what are some of those differences and how can I align my communication style with my audience so I can better adapt to them. I will warn that there's this great book I read in college. I had it as a part of my master's degree. It was called Beyond the Double Bind. And when we talk about the double bind is when females maybe have more masculine communication style and males have more feminine communication style, we can really create some very negative assumptions about that and have an understanding that we don't want to have negativity or bias that's built into our communication style. However, it does show that there are different ways that they communicate, and it's different. People are just different, and having an awareness and an empathetic understanding of that not only increases your emotional intelligence as a leader, but it helps you adapt to the leaders that you have in your business, and helps you grow those leaders that you have in their business. So even just a basic understanding and having an idea of how different people communicate can make your leadership more effective. I'm here all week giving you communication tips on how to better your leadership style in your business, your communication style in your business. You can always contact me at shelbyjoelong.com. See you tomorrow.